So you just watched a bush cricket. Here, where I'm living in southern France, I pretty much see them in nature. But if you would go to an Asian country or to a Latin American country like Mexico, you'll most probably see them in markets being served as food. Now this made me think, like, imagine that cricket being an opportunity in life that you so much desired. For example, when I was in university, I so much desired to help heal other people through the energies that we don't see with our own eyes. And that was my dream. And so I viewed it as an opportunity. Well, now when I think of that, like cricket, and I say to myself, okay, well, you know, I can make the parallels of me here being in southern France. I don't need to eat insects. We have plenty of meat, plenty of grass, and pretty much growing your own cattle and the farms, it's not that costly. Now, if you would though transport yourself to Mexico, where I stayed for a while, in the south of Mexico, you would tell yourself, well, there's a bit more desert-like, at least some parts of it. And especially if you're at low altitudes, it's very, very scorching hot. So there, it's going to be pretty much more costly to grow your own cattle because they need a lot of food and also water. And therefore, your next step or your next solution is to rely more on what don't need that much effort, which are insects. They're also kind of like protein sources. And so I thought to myself, well, because I'm here in southern France, I'll never eat crickets. The only time I actually ate an ant, well, intentionally, and when it was cooked, was when I was in Mexico. Because that's their culture, that's the food culture. And so I thought to myself, well, so back when I was in university, I had this dream of, you know, healing others with subtle energy. But I never did find that as an opportunity because I just think I was still, learning. I mean, I was still studying, and somehow life said, you're not yet ready. And I think that this kind of like, if you were to imagine that your whole dream in life was to discover how tasty, you know, insects taste like. And you couldn't do it here in France because nobody really prepares them, but you would have to travel all the way to a different continent, to Mexico. And the problem is that, you know, life wouldn't give you that opportunity to do that. And so you would feel like crap because you don't feel like you're moving forwards. Well, at least in my case, I think that what really helped me and changed my perspective, because I did feel like crap for 2 years when I was in university. Again, I was dreaming about these big stuff, but I was in university and that opportunity never came. And finally, when I came to my third year, I thought to myself, okay, I'm still in this mindset where I want to finish my university and at least have some kind of paper. But how can I just make it so it's not that crappy? Because again, I mean, I'm still constrained. I still have to go to class. I still have to like give in assignments. I still feel a lot of pressure and stress because I don't really like school. So what I told myself was, all right, I can't change my environment. If I've decided to stick through it, then I stick through it. But what I can is look at it as an opportunity to discover myself and pretty much do things that I would have never done. Simply because I just wanted to, in part, think for myself and also start, figuring out where do I want to be. Because if you don't ask a question of where where do I actually want to be? If you're fine with just being where you are, well then you'll never be pushed to doing something out of your comfort zone. So back to my story, then in my third year in university, the kind of stress stayed the same, but every time when I would come back home, I would be discussing with my family and I would say, yeah, you know, this is what the teachers say, or this is what the one theory says. And is that really true? Like, and then I, you know, ask prior in the lectures, you know, questions to these teachers, which I'd never done before, but to kind of like spark a debate. At least that was my goal. My goal was to intellectually spark something new for me that I hadn't done before, which is debate. Yeah, debating. I hadn't really been interested in debating. Now, this is my own experience, and I'm sure that for you, it's something else. But just try to think that in the crappy situation that you are in, with all of these constraints, I want you to think of this one question. If I had abundance, so if money and time are unlimited, if my responsibilities weren't my main focus, what would I be doing right now? And just allow yourself to imagine. You know, it's just a simple, like, kind of imaginary exercise. And now whatever you do get, probably you'll tell yourself, well, I can't just throw up and, you know, throw my life into the fire, which is true. I mean, I had to finish my university. But just tell yourself, okay, well, what kind of small step can I do right now? And it really has to come from within, with you. Because I think that even though I was in such a constrained situation, I still am grateful for the things that I learned. So yeah, so I think that was the point with the cricket, is that, you know, you don't have to make this grand shift. You pretty much just have to, I feel like the bird is telling me so. It's telling me to stop. Okay. I'll stop this video. Hopefully something made you, okay. I'll stop this video.